Picture this moment. You're starting to look at next year's calendar, planning offer, looking at how much you would like to earn. And then you get stuck on one thing. What should I charge? And can I even raise my prices? Immediately your brain tick into drama mode. You start thinking of all the reasons why nobody will be purchasing your offer, imagining disappointing so many people, and you feel such a heaviness and a tension in your chest. You second guess your value, your experience, and your expertise. You even try to talk yourself out of looking at your number and what you actually need to charge for you to have a sustainable business. Even if you're amazing at what you do, somehow your brain still tag pricing as a threat, a place where you may be judged, you may be rejected, or even be misunderstood. So instead of deciding, what do? You freeze. You keep your current price, even though you know it doesn't match the work you are doing and the transformation you are giving. If that feels familiar to you, this episode is for you. In today's episode, this is what we will talk about. What actually happens in the brain when you feel fear around pricing? Why pricing is not about proving your worth? I will share some practical steps to help you raise your price with clarity and not fear. And also how to communicate your price increase with confidence and peace. Sounds good? Hi, I'm Reina, Biblical Money Mindset Discipleship Coach, and I help you earn with peace, sell with confidence, and steward your calling with joy by transforming your relationship with money with God's Word. Visit fundmoneyhabits.com to access my coaching packages and also some free resources. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am at Christian Money Mindset, and I cannot wait to talk to you. You can send me a DM anytime. So let's get into today's topic. First, what's really happening in the brain? We often think that the pricing fear we can feel is a signal that something is wrong, but it's not. Here's the psychology behind it. Your brain is wired to avoid rejection. So sharing your prices feels like exposing yourself to critique, right? Also, your brain interprets uncertainty as danger. So now if you're raising your price, so this is new, the response is unpredictable. Your brain therefore wants to protect you. And lastly, your brain seeks safety in the familiar. Even if your current prices is draining you and it really doesn't make sense, because it feels safe, because you know it and you know the type of response you get from it, this is often why it can be difficult to raise your prices, even though you know you need to do it. So I hope this kind of help you understand why do we get so stuck and fearful when it comes to pricing our offer or even raising our prices. And as you can see, that drama that is happening in our head is not spiritual or a lack of faith. It's simply your nervous system trying to keep you comfortable. But how often it keeps us stuck, right? It's not fun to know what we need to do, but to stay stuck in those familiar, comfortable places. Once you understand that you can make pricing decision from clarity, not fear, there is so much peace doing the work that you're doing and sharing about your offer. And that's what I love to coach my clients on, because there's so much resistance about that in the entrepreneurship world. Second is pricing is not about proving your worth. One thing I often correct my clients on is when they say, I want to charge my worth. That is one of the most dangerous ideas I hear other coaches teaching. No wonder why pricing feels so hard and rejection feels so personal with that belief in mind. One of the biggest shifts Christian female entrepreneur need is to separate their identity from pricing. Your pricing is not a reflection of your worth. Your pricing is a reflection of your experience and the transformation you provide, right? And through the work I do with my clients, I help them anchor their identity in the finished work of Christ on the cross. In Him, they are enough and they don't need to prove anything to anyone. So when you price with that understanding and as a steward, you ask totally different question. Now you will start thinking, what does it take for me to actually serve with excellence? What level of support am I providing? What experience and skill am I bringing? What is the transformation I am guiding my clients through? With that in mind, as you can see, pricing now become about time, experience, professional growth, and the outcome your clients receive. It's not about your identity, it's not about impressing anybody, not about avoiding judgment, just clear stewardship, right? Now, I want to ask you, with that reframe, do you feel pricing your offer could feel easier? Let me know. Send me a DM at Christian Money Mindset, or if you're watching me, drop a message in the comment. 3, let's have a look at some practical steps to help you raise your price or even set it if you are brand new. So these are just options that I feel could be the simplest and the easiest you could start with. 1 is you need to do some basic market research, not to copy, but to get some clarity. So I want you to start asking those questions. What do people charge in my particular niche? What is considered an entry level, a mid-level, and a premium level? What's the range for your type of services? What will be your product suite? Are you going to have a mid, a low, and a premium price, or are you going to focus on just one? And when you start, having one option is probably the easiest, right? So I hope that when you do that exercise, it will give you a healthy context, not put more pressure on yourself. You know, many people may charge between 1,500 to 4,000 or even 5,000 for a 90-day coaching program. So if you're charging $300 for that 90-day program, this isn't humility. This is total misalignment. And I'm not saying that to judge you or anything, just to give you the confidence that this is not good for you. It's not the price you should be charging your offer, especially when you're giving 90 days of your time to help someone get the outcome you promised on your sales page. Number 2, what I do is that I look at my competition through, again, the lens of stewardship, not judging, not comparing, just really seeing what's going on in the market and what others are offering. And this is where I go a little bit deeper. I'm looking at the level of support that they offer. What is the depth of the transformation that they are going to give? What is their structure? Do they have a course? Do they just do one-on-one call? Do they have email support or Voxer? And also then, where does my offer, so for you, your offer, sit in comparison to what you've just learned? This little exercise kind of help you see where your offer fit in the market. Step 3, you need to also look at your cost. Even if you are doing coaching or digital product, things like the time you spend, the prep work before a call or to create what you have created, the emotional and the mental load. Coaching, you need to be very focused on what your client is saying so you can pick up on certain body movement or facial expression. So it requires a lot of concentration and good listening skill. The tool, the software, the subscription, any bonuses or resources or template you may be providing. If your current prices doesn't cover your real cost and allow you to serve long term, it's too low. So for example, if your coaching program require you 20 or 30 hours of your work, charging $300 is not sustainable. A steward will price sustainably. because you need to take care of your family and also have enough money so you can take care of the kingdom too, right? You want to also give away. If you don't give yourself enough and you're always living paycheck to paycheck because of your fear of pricing, that's not being a good steward. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping Christian female entrepreneurs who keep playing small because of fear of money, fear of rejection, and what other limiting belief they may have taken on because of what people have said from their childhood or even as a new entrepreneur. Step 4, you need to pick the method that you would like to choose. Here are 2 examples. You can look at what they call value-based pricing. So this is based on the transformation you provide. So for example, in my coaching, I help you gain clarity and confidence around your relationship with money, move past your fear and self-sabotaging habit, and steward your resources better. That impacts your life long term. So the value that I provide go way beyond our time together and our one-on-one session. Now, the other option is cost plus time pricing. So it's simply looking at the cost to create your product and then the time and a responsible margin. As I say again, you need to be sustainable and profitable if you want to continue doing the work God is calling you to do. And that could be a simple, clean, and helpful way for you to price your offer when you are just brand new. So those are 2 simple methods. As you start, just pick one method that could help you make a clear decision without overthinking. And then once you have all of that, the last step is to decide on the number. Look at all the notes you've taken from step 1 and 4 and pick the number that is sustainable, that reflects stewardship, that is aligned with your capacity and also your experience. And you also have prayed faithfully about some guidance and some confirmation on how you can serve your audience best and the type of pricing that will be a reflection of the time that you're giving and also the transformation that you are providing. Those steps will require you to do some work, yes, but I hope that you can see where pricing becomes something simple instead of emotional when you take out over that worth language into the equation and you think logically about what you offer, who you're serving, what other in your market are doing, and what is God wanting you to do with the skill and the talent He has given you for that particular product that you are now able to put into the market. As I say, you need to pray about what does He want you to do. So you're not building something against His will, because as soon as there's something bad going to happen, if you're not standing on the rock, that house is going to collapse and you cannot build something sustainable without the Lord. So make sure you pray about all of your decisions when it comes to your business, because at the end of the day, it's not yours in the first place, like the money you receive. He is our provider. He is the one we need to work for and bring glory to, and we need to serve others with love and excellence. So remember, we are steward and God is in control of all things, and He also owns everything. So we need to remember that as we walk confidently but faithfully as a steward and an entrepreneur in the market as well. I have given you a lot of information, but one thing we need to remember is that change can be difficult if we don't understand why we are stuck in that cycle. That is why having a coach can be so powerful. I help my clients move past the fear of selling. So if you want to feel confident and at peace offering your product, my 90-day coaching program may be what you have been praying for. So make sure you visit fundmoneyhabits.com to learn more, and you can take your first step by completing the quiz, which will take you less than 5 minutes. Now, if you are about to raise your pricing, how can you communicate that without the fear? So here is a few sentence example. I will put them into the description so you can just copy and paste. And I hope it will help you just feel a little bit more at ease when you're sharing that increase or a transition between the current price and what you would like it to be next. So here are 3 examples. So option number 1, to continue providing the level of support and transformation my clients receive, my pricing will be updated next year. 2, as my experience and the depth of my work has grown, my pricing is adjusting to reflect the value and the time required to serve with excellence. And the last one, if you want a transition period, you can say current pricing remain available until, and then you insert the date, if you would like to take advantage of it. So they are aware that, oh, there will be a change of pricing. And if I want to grab that offer at the current price, I must do it before the due date. So those 3 examples are a simple way to share your changes of pricing. There's no defending needed. There's no over-explaining, no guilt, just simple clarity. So if you follow this step, I'm sure you will be able to set or raise your prices with clarity, confidence, and a stewardship mindset without all the emotional drama. And if, unfortunately, the mental resistance around pricing, selling, or valuing your work is something you want help shifting at a deeper level, this is exactly what I walk my client through inside my 90-day coaching program. I hope this episode helped you get started. And if you are watching me on YouTube, let me know in the comment what you enjoy the most about this episode, or you can send me a DM at Christian Money Mindset. Thank you again for watching. You take care. Bye.